He's just a sophomore, but his size and just his speed, he demands so much attention. I love how aggressive he's being this early in the game right now.
Shot clock down to 5. Tigers have to hurry. We're still looking for the first goal in this game. And that's a shot clock violation. Man, the defense stealing the show in this top 10 matchup on a Friday night. Here's Matt Christmas. Scores! The long stick midfielder, Matt Christmas, opens the scoring with a flamethrower.
Matt Christmas, number 37 in white. That is exactly what Duke needed. 4 tough possessions in a row. They come down in transition. It's not always going to be in 6-on-6, but you see him push the ball there, hammers it home, puts Duke up 1-0 in this big-time matchup.
Princeton.
Yeah, Jay, that's going to impact the game plan just overall if you're Princeton. They're going to try to run some younger guys tonight, get guys through so that they have enough energy to play through this weekend and play at a high level.
Our first foul of the night goes against the Duke defense, so it'll stay Princeton ball. Colin Burns on the restart. Here's Coulter Mackesy, 91 in black. Deadly from deep, on the run, scores! Coulter Mackesy ties it at 1, and finally the Tigers find a breakthrough.
This is a slick double screen out of Princeton here. Watch this, Jay. Coulter sweeps over the top. First screen, second screen. That puts Duke defense in a really, really tough spot. And you have Coulter Mackesy sweeping to his strong hand. He does get a little depth in the alley there, but he's an elite shooter, and he paints it just to that bottom right.
5, 240. You're using that frame to box out and get the ground ball.
Now, this is a tremendous opportunity, Jay, for the Princeton offense.
The officials have blown play dead temporarily. Shot clock at 20. This is going to be Nate Kabiri on the restart for the Tigers.
Second chance opportunity in offense. If they can get this here, that's a big momentum swing for Princeton.
Kabiri finds Wade, who fires it home. Princeton in front 2-1.
This is a big-time play out of a sophomore, Nate Kabiri, who's had a little bit of a slower start, but this possession was massive. For him to take that Duke defender one-on-one, draw the slide, and then Tucker Wade just setting up beautifully there in the slot, allowing that ball to just drop his stick back, clean overhand stroke to the back pipe. That's
passes to the doorstep. Good look. Hits the pipe. Inches away from tying this game at 2. Princeton has time here at the end of the quarter, but Duke wins it back. McAdory feeds. Craddock make the save. Finally, Duke breaks through. Eric Maliver in perfect position. Catch and shoot. A chaotic sequence at the end of this first quarter, but Maliver makes the most of the opportunity.
Chaotic indeed, Jay, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. That one they thought went in, right? Tremendous ride out of Duke here, and the ball just right there, right? Drops that ball. Duke's able to pick it up. In transition again, unsettled play. This is where they're going to have to find their opportunities here. Ball is bouncing around. They have to manufacture goals somehow, and they're clearly doing it right now in kind of the in-between transition and the course of your season. It allows you to get that experience, get a potential top 10 win, but you're building that resume and building your opportunity to play in May, knowing that you can beat these high-level teams if you can do it early in the season.
Princeton starts the second quarter with a goal. Nobody picked up John Dunphy.
Dunphy just showing his dynamic split here. That was his first goal of the season. But man, I mean, he looks like a veteran out there. It's a 1-2, right? Completely blew by his guy. I don't think anyone on Duke was prepared for that. I know Dunphy, he's a New Jersey guy. We actually worked together. I saw that athleticism up close and personal. I told him, no one will save. I don't know how Jamison even saw that, but he kicked that with his left foot on a screenshot out of Cameron. That's beautiful.
Here's Nate Kabiri. Stings the corner. Sean Cameron blows it by Jamison, and he could not place it any more perfect than that.
Oh my Lord, Jay. First of all, the sideline celebration. Guys hitting the sniper, but Sean Cameron coming up the hash here. Just a little bit of a screen, a little bit of a piece there that Kabiri got. That's all Cameron needed to get up the hash. Low angle.
You know, the last 2 years they did it by winning the automatic bid in the Ivy League, but if you get a win like this, you have the win against Penn State, that can build your tournament resume. So if you lose in the Ivy League tournament, you can get an at-large bid.
And that's exactly why you schedule this way, Jay, but what you also risk is just potentially getting beat up in the beginning of the season and losing your confidence a little bit if you struggle with these big-time opponents in the beginning of the year.
Matt Christmas all over Kabiri. Kabiri gets free, curls around and scores! What a goal! Nate Kabiri!
Back-to-back screens behind the goal to low-angle shooting. This is a clinic on display, and Kabiri's confidence is at 10 right now. He doesn't care who's in front of him. He's getting up the hash, drops his stick a little bit there, right? Watch it right here. Drops his head right there, right? Just so Jamison drops his hands and then.
It's good defense, but it's just even better shot making. Princeton, 5 goals from 5 different players. How do you respond if you're Duke?
Have to settle in. First and foremost, stick work cannot be an issue on this possession. Grind the Princeton defense down and then put Craddock in a position where he has to make a difficult save, not the low angle, and don't let him use his athleticism around the goal. Put him in a spot, you get in front of the cage and make it a dead-on shot.
Duke a little sloppy in that first quarter. 5 turnovers, not sloppy there. Penn Johnston unleashes one, the sophomore. That had a lot of speed on it, and Duke out of the timeout, an instant response from John Danowski's team.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, Jay. Get in front of the cage, right, dead on. Johnston is a big-time lefty. He, in my opinion, has some of the most upside in the country at the midfield position. He's getting his hands free at 12 yards.
Called for that penalty.
Just a little bit of a hold there on the back of Kramer, right, as he's trying to free his hands. He's a big boy right now, right? So you see he's trying to do everything he can, Connor Nolan, to stop him. And tremendous save out of Jamison, too. And let's see if Princeton can capitalize on this Duke defense. Man up, first opportunity we've seen tonight out of either teams.
And they do! Princeton cashes in on the man up. And it's a 6-3 Tigers lead. Braden Saris, the Canadian man-up specialist, doing his thing.
Braden Saris just settling into the slot, and it's Coulter Mackesy there carrying that ball at X. No, excuse me, not Coulter Mackesy. It's number 10 for Princeton, Chad Palumbo, carrying at X, which is a little bit of a switch up to have him back there.
In on the man-up goal. Now Duke, extra man here for the next 20 seconds left in it.
I can't tell you how important this is, Jay, for them to get a high-efficiency shot on cage. They don't have to score it, but we cannot see stick work error.
And they cash in. Luke Graham, the transfer from Richmond, camping in on the inside. Back-to-back man-up goals in this game. John Danowski happy with it.
Coach Danowski very, very happy about that. That's just a fundamentally sound play. Eric Moliver just carrying that ball behind, and then Luke Graham just settling in, right? You'll see him right there, like that little kind of C-cut back, that banana curl back right there, and the Moliver finds him, and then it's in and out of his stick. Right? That was a very, very important possession for Duke to just keep this, to slow that down a little bit and really draw a great defensive slide with that short stick matchup. I felt like he rushed that a little.
Slow, tees up Johnston, who lets it rip, and Duke makes it a one-goal game. We were just talking about how dangerous Johnston is from range. His second goal of the night.
And you can see how fired up Johnston is. This is what coach has been wanting, right? Clean stick work, guys settling in, hitting spots, high percentage shooting opportunities. Johnston just settles in. He shows us his right hand there. Last time it was his left hand. He can do it both ways. That's huge. You're starting to feel a little bit of a momentum swing for Duke, Jay.
Now 2 goals in 49 seconds will do that to a lacrosse game. How great is this on a Friday night? Awesome atmosphere here at Koskinen Stadium. Top 10 matchup. Both teams have been playing great in this first half. Duke has won 4 straight faceoffs. Princeton desperate for the ball. The Blue Devils almost had another. Still loose and finally picked up by the Tigers. Zach Friedman, the junior. Big ground ball there. Princeton going quickly. How about the muscle? Jackson Green, look out. Lays the lumber and scores. What an individual effort.
Green laying that hammer on the shoulder, just completely bulldozing that Duke defender. You knew the minute he got right here, he was not giving the ball up. There wasn't a care in the world. He was taking that thing to the rack. That's just a big-time answer at a Green. Wow.
You know, as Green's going to goal, you're thinking Princeton has not had an eventful first half. High-level lacrosse in this top 10 showdown. High heat. That was Johnston looking for a hat trick.
His confidence. You can smell it from here, Jay. He's feeling it. And this is an opportunity for Duke to just show their maturity here. Get another great shooting opportunity, high percentage. This is what Coach Stanowski's really been waiting for this whole year.
Good ball movement leads to a goal. Eric Molliver. Duke 2 for 2 on the man up. That was a thing of beauty.
We're seeing Duke develop in real time, Jay. Right, it started off a little bit sloppy with the stick work, right? But we're seeing that IQ, that playing within the gray, right? Molliver getting up the hash here, not settling for it on that low angle. He got his feet up the field, right? Just fundamental overhand, paints that back pipe.
Palumbo. And now Mackesy again, weaving through traffic, sends it back to Sean Cameron. Good ball movement from Princeton on this possession. Weaving through, a flamethrower finds the back of the net. And it's the junior who's stealing the show, John Tunfey. His second goal in this first half, and he had not scored all season before tonight.
This is a coming out party for Dunphy. Watch it here. There's that split again, right? But then he shows his change of direction, his ability to absorb contact. And that's the second time he just got into the middle of the field. And Duke, on their scouting report, it must say, do not slide to him, right? Let him shoot the ball. And he's proving that shot. Low angle, Tucker Wade with his offhand lefty, right? He's gonna take that 10 out of 10 times.
Duke sloppy in the clear game. They give it right back to Princeton. The turnovers have hurt the Blue Devils in this first half. They've had 8 of them.
If Princeton can strike here.
And they do! Carson Kramer, rear back in fire, and he puts the Tigers up by 3.
I see Coach Stanowski's clapping his hands there, but man, I know up top, right, a turnover to not matching up in the middle of field to a wide open shot, right? It's just really tough. They have enough guys down there. Carson Kramer, he's 6'3", right? Strong, big guy. You cannot let him have his hands free like that after an unforced error, right? That's just really difficult. Let's see if Duke can respond. You gotta love the celebrations, Jay, all the guys.
First half, a lot of offense, but he has no points to show for it.
smart by Princeton here, settling back into that zone. Gonna make Duke beat them with a little bit of stick work, but I'd also like to see them dodge the zone, not just play hot potato with the ball.
Well, shot clock's down to 5. They've got to hurry here. McAdory lets it rip and scores! Andrew McAdory beats the shot clock. He is fired up. And it's a 2-goal game right before halftime.
And there's that energy out of McAdory. I gotta say, Jay, this was a little bit of a prayer. I don't know if they realized how much time was in the shot clock. McAdory set his feet. He just let that thing go. There was no way that Craddock could see that ball just shooting around the screen, right? Dropping that thing low. Cooper Kistler kind of just standing in the way there of Craddock, making it a more difficult save than it needed to be.
Max Sloat, Andrew McAdory, Ben Johnston, first line midfield, running out of the box for John Danowski to aid in attack that features 2 grad transfers and a freshman playing together for the first time. They found a quick chemistry early in this season. Johnston picks up where he left off. Ben Johnston unleashes a flamethrower. A hat trick for the sophomore.
We talked about breakout games, Dunphy on Princeton. Tonight, it's Ben Johnston on Duke, who has the potential to be a first-team All-American level midfielder.
Really?
Right, and watch right here. Tremendous job sucking that defender out of his position, right? Duke did. That's what you have to do when you play against the zone. You have to move the defenders out of their position, get them to commit, right? Passes it back to Johnston, and then he settles in to that shot.
All-American?
His size, his ability to go 2 hands, right? That's a hat trick tonight. There's no reason he can't do this every single time he's out there.
I love it. And it's a 1-goal game. Been close and competitive throughout. Michael Bath, the senior captain, settles things down. Long pole goal on the doorstep. Jamison couldn't keep it out. Cooper Kistler, the junior long stick midfielder. Usually the long poles don't score from the doorstep, Jules.
He's showing his finesse right here, Jay. He caught that thing. He didn't just settle for the shot, right? Watch when Kistler gets the ball, okay? Catches it righty, excuse me, puts it in his left hand, pump fake, gets in front of the cage. He looks like a natural attackman down there. See Princeton starting to settle into that man-to-man defense again, getting in and out of that zone. Let's see if Duke can draw the slide and get the ball in and out of their stick quickly to the backside.
Second line midfield on for the Blue Devils right now. Cusalito, great pass, quick stick finish. Luke Graham in perfect position. And back and forth we go. 1-goal game again, thanks to the transfer from Richmond.
It starts with Cusalito, right? Dodging hard, drawing the defense, getting the ball in and out of his stick to the backside. We just talked about that, Jay. Graham setting up tremendously in the slot. He's so good at finding those little niches, right, in the defense, those little spots. Just showing his athleticism outside the goal there with a little bit of a toe drag to avoid a potential one-on-none out of the Duke defensive ride.
Mackesy, swim dodge, lost his footing, goes to goal and scores! Coulter Mackesy! Wow!
Oh my God, Jay. This is a goal of the year so far. Let's start with that. That was insane. The swim right there, both of them drop, hesitate, right, pump fake, twister, potential leaner also. Now let's see if they can plus here, right? Strong possession defensively, Let's see if they can get one back on the offense here. That would be massive for them in terms of momentum.
Here's Ben Johnston. He's had the hot stick for Duke. Already a hat trick today. On the run. Lets it rip again. Make it 4 for Ben Johnston.
Jay, make it 4. It should be 6 or 7, but make it 4. This guy is legit. He's too big. He's too strong. That's a fantastic stop on the defensive side of the ball for Duke. Johnson, as a sophomore, is putting things in his own hand, and he's bringing Duke back within 1 in the third quarter.
Shot clock down to 15. Oliver to the doorstep. It bounces in. Luke Graham. Was there a crease violation? There's a flag out. Graham saying he's tied it at 11. And it's a good goal. Count it for Luke Graham. A hat trick tonight for the transfer from Richmond. And we are tied for the first time since it was 2-2.
I got to see this one, Jay. I don't know if Graham got this off. Jay.
Yes.
I'm seeing a toe in the crease there. Pretty obviously.
Tough angle there.
Tough angle there. But that first angle, someone's toe was in the crease. I don't know whose it was. Oh, Princeton.
It was a Princeton cleat. That's a good goal. Count it.
Little adjustment.
Oliver jump shot, didn't get it cleanly. Well defended by Princeton. The Tigers pushing it. Jackson Green. Decides not to go to goal there. We saw him score in transition earlier. Instead, the Tigers settle things down. Chad Palumbo.
Numbers.
Mackesy spins and scores! Coulter Mackesy fires Princeton back in front.
I got to tell you, Jay, Mackesy's a ball player. This right here, this is extremely difficult. Roll dodge, right hand, pressure on. That's his offhand. For him to have the confidence, tied up 11-11 to do this in transition, to take that shot, score it, and absorb the right hand. He could have potentially gotten underneath, bounced away, redodged.
Loses his footing again. Third time we've seen him go down to the grass. 10 seconds to shoot. Princeton has to hurry here. Swim dodge, sets up, but behind the back, Colin Burns. What a goal! We've seen some incredible goals tonight. That might be the best of the bunch from Burns.
Colin Burns off of the unbelievable feed from Chad Palumbo. All right, Palumbo, you see falling down with his right hand. Burns ducks that Duke defender stick check, finish it around the back. And for all the kids out there, right, that's a great example of went there for a little bit too long, Jay. It never really filtered behind the cage. Duke needs to make sure they flip fields so that the Princeton defense can turn their heads and not be so settled in.
Carson Kramer weaves in and scores! Carson Kramer puts Princeton up by 3.
The sophomore, Carson Kramer, that's a big man, Jay, with a full head of steam. We talked to Coach Mitchell before the game. He said one thing Kramer was struggling with is potentially getting away from that double team, but because it came so late, he doesn't have to worry about that, right? When he's got one guy on him, it's not a problem. When you slide late to Carson Kramer and he's getting that deep in his dodge, right, you're in trouble if you're the Duke defense.
No goals in more than 13 minutes. The Blue Devils desperate to find the back of the net. Longest scoring drought of the night, and it's come at a horrible time for Duke. Credit Princeton, they have been locked down, protecting this 3-goal lead. Under 7 minutes to play. McAdory on the move.
This is what we want if you're Duke, right? McAdory on a short stick matchup. Draw the slide.
Leads to a goal. Max Sloat, his first of the night. And it ends a near 14-minute scoring drought to pull Duke back within 2.
I gotta be honest, sometimes, Jay, we overcomplicate the game. McAdory is an All-American level player. Get him a short stick matchup, draw the slide, immediate shot, and Duke brings it within 2.
Now can they get the goal on the other end?
That's back-to-back plays out of McAsee. The first one, he shot the ball, he wanted it back a couple possessions ago. That one, I thought he rushed it a little bit. Should have held it for a little bit longer.
This is identical to Saturday against Michigan. Trailed by 2 with 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. They won that game in overtime. It was McAdory, 2 in white, who scored those 2 goals to force overtime, and then he won it in overtime.
This is getting fun, Jay.
Oh, it's been fun. Duke makes it a 1-goal game. Big Ben Johnston, his 5th goal of the night. That's the biggest of the bunch to pull the Blue Devils back within 1.
I gotta say, Coach Stanowski's gotta be thinking, why are you guys doing this to me, right? You just wait until the end of the game to get Mac going. Johnston's all over the place tonight. What another shot out at him. Look at that placement in that bottom left, so much attention.
At times tonight, it feels like Ben Johnston is playing with a magic stick. 5 goals for number 19 in white. Face-off win for Princeton. They go right to goal. The immediate answer, Coulter McAsee. Only 5 seconds between goals. McAsee's 4th of the night, and Princeton restores their 2-goal lead.
Do what you do well, kid, right? Catch the ball lefty, get it out of your stick quick. It's a simple game, right? This is McAsee's bread and butter. He's been doing this for years. Elite placement, drop beat chips. He knows they've been there before. The environment, the culture, they can do it, right? And they have the pieces now. They have the recruiting classes. They just have to get ready to take that next step.
26 seconds. Duke backs against the wall. Time not on their side. Have to go quickly here. McAdory has a step, charges in, and scores! What an individual effort! Andrew McAdory! And it's a 1-goal game with 19 seconds left to play. What a goal!
Colin Burns elects to not shoot the ball down here. It's a turnover. McAdory one-on-one. This is the first time they elect not to really slide to him. They've been flushing him out all game.
Biggest face-off of the night after that McAdory goal. Ben McCarthy, the freshman for Duke.